COVID-19 also has caregivers contemplating the best way to educate children while keeping them safe. Helping provide insight into the issues, Lynn Pasquerella, president of the Association of American Colleges and Universities. Lynn, I want to start with the school issue. We're really seeing the struggle here, especially in the United States. Schools have differing plans. Some are already open, and they're seeing positive cases, especially in the state of Georgia. And I can tell you, I have 3 kids in my household. 2 of them are in college. All 3, though, have different schedules and plans. Is it wrong to reopen schools in the United States right now?
I think it is wrong to reopen schools in the United States right now. We don't have enough testing available, and if we take the recommendations of healthcare professionals who are saying that we should be testing, at least on college campuses, every 2 to 3 days, we just don't have a mechanism to be able to do that and to protect students, faculty, and staff at this moment in time.
And the big question, is it possible to social distance? Administrators on paper, they're trying to do everything they can, like providing PPE to staff and teachers, establishing social distancing rules, lowering the number of people that can be in a building. And as you mentioned, they can't test or even rapid test. Is that enough? And how do administrators determine what is safe for everyone, including teachers?
Even if they could create structures or provide positive incentives for people to social distance while at school, it's what happens when they're not on the school campus. And there's really no way to control the interactions that people have outside of the school. And so this is where the real danger comes.
Right, you have little kids and can they social distance? And then you have older kids who are really trying to make up for lost time. The United Nations is warning of a generational catastrophe. And I want to ask you, if everyone is in the same situation when it comes to learning, does this matter? And what do you think will be the long-term impact of distance learning?
Well, I think that this is a moment of opportunity where we can take advantage of the tools that we have, the technology that we have. Access has been an issue for many individuals, and technology provides broader access to those who have been underserved in our society. So I think we need to start looking at this moment as an opportunity for innovation in education, looking at the ways that we can meet the equity demands and create greater opportunity for those who have been most underserved in our society through distance learning.
And do you think that's a bigger issue than the age? Elementary school kids, distance learning compared to high school or college kids who are much further in their education career?
I think it provides an opportunity for students of all ages we've focused too much on standardized tests in our society. We have focused on mechanisms that really have reinforced a growing economic and racial segregation in our society. So here's a chance to rethink the way that we deliver curricula, the way that we assess students in K through 12 and beyond.
Lynn, we have about a minute left. You mentioned the issue of equity. What do you make of these reports of families trying to put together learning pods or small groups and hiring tutors or teachers to educate a small group of kids in addition to their online learning?
It's understandable that parents are trying to do whatever they can to provide their children with the best education possible, and yet it's another example of exacerbating racial segregation in education. Not everybody has access to those opportunities to create pods, the flexibility to be able to rotate teaching children in the pods. And so we need to look carefully at the national level at how we can provide opportunity for all students, whether or not the learning is in person or remote.
And I guess when you look outside the United States, I just want to get your take very quickly on what you're seeing in other parts of the world, in Germany or in Asia, places that have already attempted and are reopening up schools. What are you taking from their experience?
Well, what we're taking is that we need to be cautious. In Germany, where they moved quickly and they had a national plan, they're seeing a resurgence in cases and having to shut down again. There are lessons to be learned there, and we need to be paying attention to them.
All right, Lynn Pasquerella, thank you so much for joining us from Connecticut.